Osmanthus wine tastes the same as I remember.
Traveler, Paimon, please let me be your partner for the final round of the test of courage. I'd like your assistance with this investigation, since you two are the only ones who have seen the alleged ghost.
That's fine with Paimon. What do you think, Traveler?
I have a few theories, but we don't have enough leads yet. There are some places I'd like to investigate first, so you two can accompany me.
Sure. Where would you like to start?
I want to go back to where we first met up. According to your accounts, you encountered the ghost there and passed out. I believe there may still be some clues there.
Do we really have to go there? What if we're walking into a trap?
Are you worried that she'll be waiting for us? If anything, that would make things easier. My worry is that we won't be able to find her. Honestly, it'd save me a lot of trouble if she were to show up on her own.
Wow, Hazel, you're fearless.
The more cases you see, the less afraid you become. Let's go. This should be approximately where you first encountered the ghost. Of course, we cannot conclude whether the woman is actually a ghost or not at this point, but I'd like to go over everything that happened again. Do you recall anything she said at the time?
Let Paimon think. She warned us not to go near her, and she said if we didn't leave, our souls would become trapped here. Ooh, Paimon doesn't want to remember that moment. Paimon's shivering just thinking about it.
And then what happened?
Then, everything seemed to get darker, and Paimon started to feel dizzy. There were ghostly flames flickering all around, and Paimon saw some sort of black mist surrounding the ghost, and then Paimon passed out.
Based on your account, it does really seem like you've seen a ghost.
Exactly! So are you convinced it was a ghost now?
It's possible, but I'm more interested in what she's actually trying to achieve than what she is. Even if she is a ghost, as long as she possesses some sense of reason, then there must be some purpose behind her actions.
Wasn't she after our souls? She said that herself.
I think she was just trying to scare you.
Oh, you think so?
Think about it. If I had the ability to take your souls, then why go to the trouble of warning you over and over again? Besides, a ghost wouldn't have allowed you to walk away knowing about the secret of its powers.
That does make sense. Huh, why didn't Paimon think of that?
I believe there are only two possibilities. The first is that she wanted to reap your souls, but there was some condition that had to be met. You know, like what we usually call a curse. But if you had really been cursed, then you would probably have noticed it by now. So, this is the less likely scenario. I believe she was just trying to scare you away.
But why would she want to scare us away? Oh, Paimon knows! Maybe she was trying to get us to quit so she could claim the Test of Courage prizes! Oh! Probably not. So why does she want to scare us? Do you have any ideas, Hazel?
Based solely on your account, I don't believe she actually meant any harm. She just didn't want you to stay here. But this evidence alone is insufficient to make any valid assumptions. She could very well be guarding some treasure or covering up a crime. Though, my intuition is telling me that neither of these hypotheses are correct. Let's continue investigating the surrounding area. Have you found any leads yet?
Yeah, some tree branches seem like they were bent by something, but that's about it.
I see. After you
What's up, reunion?
look around the area. Aside from the bent branches,
Balita?
there are burn marks
Merry
in some
Christmas.
places, but that doesn't really tell us much.
Ay,
If
sa
only there was some more
SMC.
conclusive evidence.
Medyo vacation mood yung ibang squad mates eh. So,
Excuse me.
Sorry
to interrupt.
Alam mo naman, di ba? Yo, yeah.
Oh, you guys! What are you all doing here?
Yeah, ID kasi is parang ang hirap mag-restart pag hindi pa available yung ibang squad mates. So medyo, ayun nga, we'll see.
Actually, we're also really unsure about what's happening here. We just asked the members of Mr. Ito's gang about what happened.
So yeah, that's the idea. Let's just give it a bit. And nakakatamad pa din mag...
evil spirit or formidable.
Yeah, I mean, we're not losing much. I'm looking at the new season and I don't see anything that's super
Flower Festival.
super important.
We
Basta
love
server-wide
the
sky, like,
friendship between
oh,
the
okay.
Samurai and the samurai,
Yeah.
Which is why we want to hold the Mikawa Flower
Well,
Festival.
kamusta naman so far yung
Return the
population dun
favor
sa
we
game?
once received
Is
from
it still the same or parang medyo, alam na,
Even though our powers are
vacation na
limited,
rin?
we don't want this bond of friendship to vanish. The Mikawa Flower Festival is meant to be enjoyable for everyone.
The Chinju Forest covers a large area, so it'd be great to have more help in the investigation. Welcome to the team. Let's all do our best to figure out what's going on.
Don't
Seen
worry,
some new
very
players?
familiar with the
Okay.
area. We won't
Are
miss
they
any
promising
clues.
players or just new? Mga malalakas before, di na siya naglalaro. I'd call it more in the season. Because again, yeah. There's a word for it. I just forgot about it. But think of it as like the waves, ebb and flow of things.
By the river.
So last season we were all kind of going hard on the game.
What is it?
So expect a little bit of a, burning out for the next one.
Is it a scrap of black cloth?
One thing you notice is no one's in alpha
I've
yet.
never seen
Yeah.
fabric like this before.
I'm not surprised.
This is a piece of shade cloth.
Tons of Super League players.
Yeah.
From the sound of things to the current pace, the only thing that's gonna stopping these people is the holiday season. So once it's probably after New Year, expect things to spike back up.
Or maybe some
Those Super Leagues are gonna be legendary and you're gonna get the whole set of alphas.
Suppose that a large shade cloth was originally hung from a tree, bending the branches. When the shade cloth was removed from the tree, perhaps one of the corners caught and the branches ripped it, causing a small piece of black cloth to fall into the river. Either she didn't
Oh, by the way, Union, have you seen the freebie for the Epic Games?
perhaps she had other
Just a little segue here, but it's best that everybody gets to grab the chance to grab it.
In the trees.
Epic Games just gave away Death Stranding for free. So if you don't have that
She used
game,
it to create
run,
the atmosphere you
grab one.
experienced.
I think you still got like 6-7 hours left before the next one comes out, before Death Stranding goes bye-bye.
Next,
So,
I'd like to investigate
Start
the place where the
clicking.
Arataki gang encountered her. Do you know how to get there?
if you like the Metal Gear series, it's from Hideo Kojima, the same guy. That's Death Stranding. Try it out, YouTube it.
Good. Please lead the way.
Before you YouTube it, I suggest just grab it in Epic Games. Just 2 or 3 clicks and you're done. Okay, here's another seller. it's worth at least $60. So that's still a good like 2.53k pesos. So yeah,
Where do
why
you
not?
want to go
It's
next?
free. Get it.
If you'd like to see Liyue's tourist spots, I have a few references.
Well, think about it this way. Yeah, your PC will die, but at the very least, that's in your account forever. So if you get your hands on the new PC, well, you got your game library ready rather than just thinking or wishing that you got it. It's 3 clicks, man. You don't have to download the game. You just need to click, give me that shit. Yeah, the give me that shit button and you're done. I mean, you could not imagine how many people
They claim that as they pass through here, the area suddenly grew
that
dark.
I invite to play a game and they're gonna be like,
Out of nowhere.
I couldn't buy it. Then I said, but it was free last week. And they're gonna go like, it was?
We thought the very same thing.
They're gonna say they want to play it,
Let's start by
but they
taking a
couldn't.
look around the area,
They couldn't afford
just as
it.
we
But
did before.
then it was free for like a week prior. So it's less amazing for me how people will be ready to give up on things that will only like need couple seconds.
The inside of it looks like it was blackened by smoke, and it smells like fireworks.
Eating leche flan. Oh, nice. Watch the sugar though. Once you hit a certain age.
From the burn marks
Oh
left on
my.
the scene, the ghostly flames you saw were not created by yokai power. Rather, they appear to have been caused by something flammable. I'm not
Still
sure.
have spaghetti now. What did we have? We tend to kind of bias not with the traditional setup. It's the we went with the ham, mashed potatoes. I forgot the other one. Food amnesia. Wait, there was another one.
Osmanthus wine tastes the same as I remember.
Potato salad. Yeah, that's one.
Those who share the memory.
Pita and cheese dip. Then there was one more. Just went through no, it wasn't soup. Wow, forgot about it. But yeah, you get the idea.
There's some strange powder in the cracks of these stones. I picked some up and sniffed it to see what it is, and it made me really dizzy. Ugh, I'm so tired now.
Yeah. Probably. Again, the idea is that when you shock people and you suddenly ask questions where, oh my
Similar
god,
scare tactic.
brain cells start to
She
die.
didn't have the time to completely hide the traces. I believe we're closing in on the truth now. I'm almost certain that the woman you encountered was not a ghost. She possesses no extraordinary powers. She was merely scaring people with some small props she had set up ahead of time.
Some small props? Like,
Oh, now I remember. It's a different sort of fried chicken.
props? What we
Forgot
thought
what
was
kind, but it was
absolutely terrifying.
different. Let's just leave it at that.
The test of courage contributed to the unsettling atmosphere here. You were initially frightened by your first encounter with these 3 yokai, and then shortly after, you ran into the mysterious woman. It was natural for you to be on edge. Because you were...
Imagine if you play Genshin again after the story is near the end. I don't think we're anywhere near the end at this rate at the moment. Still gotta take a while.
Feel dizzy. That's when she pulled down the shade cloth and lit those so-called ghostly flames, creating a terrifying scene. That's the most likely explanation.
But if you haven't played for like 3 or so patches ago, or even more, that's like more than 30 hours of
There is, however,
story
still one
content you gotta burn through.
The person who commissioned my
You think you can take it?
did become stranded on the beach as a result of some unusual power. That couldn't have been accomplished by just a few small probes.
Oh yeah, that's gonna take a while.
Possesses such powers. Why bother with the theatrics?
Oh, Paimon can't wrap her head around all this.
She can only use props to scare people in the forest, but she can use strange powers on the beach. I see. I think I've figured it out.
Whoa, that was fast.
If we rule out
One thing you don't like is because you cannot force skip the dialogues. Well,
I know who
I'm somewhere in the middle of that. I will agree that there should be some kind of option.
We'll come along too.
But the problem is,
No, you should go back and tell.
I don't know how to say this because I'm half deaf. So the idea that the work of the writers and the voice actors is just going to waste.
Unnecessary panic and await the
yeah.
test of courage.
Okay, but please be careful. If you run into any danger, simply call out our names. We'll be able to hear you.
There shouldn't be any danger now, but thank you anyway. Let's go.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying I don't like skip. I want the option for it. It's just that the general community, the generational thing with the gamers or self-proclaimed gamers, they're really abusing the idea of skip, where they're playing the game more to catch up as a fad rather than genuine interest in the game itself as the game. You gotta play Genshin again to get your license for architect. Nice. Is this your last year? Almost, not yet. Because if you mean that you're still gonna be like 2 or 3 years, that's gonna... Yikes. Nope. Oh boy. You have a good work. We'll definitely have C6. Oh my god, don't overdo it. Oh man. So that means Genshin will be there's gonna be a Genshin Impact too by that point. Well, if you're gonna go for an architect job, here's a challenge. Replicate the Genshin Impact assets.
I thought you were a yokai like the others, but they said they never seen you before. So, who are you? And why did you try to scare us?
Design a scene
I have already
according to your imagination, right?
You don't leave now, then!
As a project.
She's terrifying! Hazel, it sure doesn't seem like she's using any props this time!
Don't move. Just trust me. Your yokai power won't scare us. It will only hasten your demise.
Yokai power?
Huh? How did you know?
You're a yokai that emerged from an object and assumed a human form outside of your own body. When this type of yokai is close to its own body, it can use some yokai power, but that ability weakens as it moves further away.
There you go.
And if the original
Sounds like a
body
plan,
is destroyed, then the yokai that originated from it will likewise perish. Should I refer to you as a Hogoita spirit or Tsukumogami?
Yeah, one easy thing you could do is in the art sphere. Yeah, sure, anytime you want to do it. But the secret to working your way up is start it as a derivative. For example, there's a particular village here in Genshin that you think you could redesign better. Do that.
Playing a Kitsu Yugen together, didn't we?
It's like a fan art.
The story of Kamai and the samurai.
Yes. That's why.
Like if you want to change the look of Inazuma, which is in my taste, for my taste, I see Inazuma being under-designed.
What do you mean?
I'm sure the yokai have already told you of the story about Kama
You did?
befriending
There you go.
but they don't actually know the entire story.
That's the trick, man. I mean, you're gonna be hearing it from me, but you're gonna be hearing it again from everybody else. There's no such thing as perfect original in the work. It's only a better reimagination of something.
When they had first
Agreed. That's it. Perfect.
But 10 years later, they became best friends. After another decade, the samurai had reached the pinnacle of his swordsmanship and won their duel by a narrow margin. Kamai was so astonished by his defeat, he gave up drinking and began training to become stronger for their next duel. However, another 10 years later, Kamai did not meet the samurai. As it turned out, war had broken out in the south, and the samurai had gone to defend the border.
Agreed.
Kamai was unconcerned, because 10 years was nothing in a yokai's lifetime. But when they met once again, Kamai discovered that the samurai was already 65 years old. He couldn't believe his eyes when he saw the samurai's gray hair and scars covering his body.
Hey, old friend. Can you still wield the sword?
I'm getting too old to fight. This time, I've come to say goodbye.
I see. Then, how about one last game of Akitsu Hazara?
All right.
The samurai gave his best effort during the game, but had to quit halfway through because he was too weak. After putting down his ogoita, Kamai remained silent for a long time before letting out a long sigh.
What a shame.
Their friendship started as something they looked forward to, and in just a few decades it turned into regret. Lord Kamai's appearance hadn't changed, but his dear friend in front of him had grown old. The joys of friendship gradually gave way to the pain of regret. People often say that those outside the situation can see things more clearly. And I learned a harsh truth after witnessing all of it. Everything that people come to regret is inevitably set in motion from the beginning. We yokai are different from humans. We have longer lifespans and different natures, but we share the same world. We interact with one another. We are drawn to one another, and will eventually part ways. When the dream ends, all that is left are sorrowful memories and lingering pain. Even a wise and seasoned yokai like Kamai felt sadness when it was time to say goodbye. Imagine what a pure and kind little yokai would feel.
Oh.
So, you mean...
I was hiding on this beach, waiting for the last of my days. But those 3 yokai came and set up the Akitsu Yugen here, which woke me from my slumber. I didn't want them to approach humans with unbridled optimism and enthusiasm just because they'd heard the legend of Kamai and the samurai. That would simply be repeating the same mistake.
Is that why you pretended to be a ghost? To scare all the people away from here? Oh, so you must be the one who trapped that guy on the beach. That was a little bit harsh, don't you think?
My power has become pretty weak now, and most of the time I just use some props I've collected to scare people. I can't show myself when there are a lot of people around. But that jerk was greedy. He wanted to steal the decorations from Akitsu Yugen and sell them for a profit. That's why I used my yokai power, to teach him a lesson.
Ah, so that's what happened. You have a strong sense of justice. By the way, how did you know the rest of the story about Kamai and the samurai?
It's okay.
You know what I mentioned about
I've already figured it out.
getting those games for just within 3 seconds of clicking? This is the same moral.
Goita? Oh, wait! So that means she's...
Life is short.
The pair of Hagoita used by Kamai and the human samurai to play Akitsu Hazura hundreds of years ago. You gradually developed sentience after being influenced by great yokai power. You were the closest to witness their story. Even with the yokai power's blessing, the Hagoita have started to rot away after hundreds of years. You can't sustain yourself, so you were forced to rely on props to scare people. And if my theory is correct, this pair of Hagoita is also the item we need to find for the third round of the test of courage.
Excellent work. You figured it all out. Congratulations, little ones. You've passed the third round of the test of courage.
Miko? And the Shrine Maiden? Paimon thought you went missing.
I apologize for causing you concern. It was actually Lady Yai's idea.
Well, what did you think? Were you scared? Because fear is induced by uncertainty, the more chaotic the situation, the better. Having the event staff also mysteriously vanish only added to the uncertainty. I must say, I think this test of courage truly lived up to its name.
So you're the one responsible for all the scary stuff.
Hitomi, go tell the others that the test of courage has ended and that we have a winner.
Now that I've solved the mystery, I'm going back to meet with my client. The intent to steal is not exactly a serious crime, but it can't go unpunished. I'll see you two later.
Miko, did you choose the Hagoita for the third round of the test of courage because you already knew about Chizuru?
Miko, Lady Yae, you're...
I followed Kitsune Saigu around the Mikawa Flower Festival one year and saw her play Akitsu Hazura. That was when I saw you. You didn't have a human form at the time and possessed only the earliest traces of sentience.
I remember now. You were on Kitsune Saigu's shoulder.
I went for a stroll on the beach some time ago and sensed a familiar yokai power. Though your power was weak, I was still able to find you. You were sitting in a tree, gazing at the tourists below. I overheard you telling yourself that you must be patient and avoid contact with humans.
Huh? When was that? I didn't notice you at all.
With your powers being so diminished, it was only natural that you didn't notice me. You must have been blaming yourself all this time. You knew Kamai and the samurai became friends as a result of Akitsu Hazura, a game connected to your existence.
At the time, I couldn't take on a human form like this. I had only a hazy sense of the outer world. After they first met at the Mikawa Flower Festival, I felt proud to know that I had left a mark on their story. But after they said their final goodbyes, I could often hear Kamai sighing to himself. I couldn't help but hide, because I blamed myself. When I woke up again, the world had changed. Lady Yae, you are a well-known yokai. You must know many more things than I do. So I have a question for you. People meet, become friends, and then go their separate ways. After such a short time, they leave only regret and sadness in their wake. Is it really worthwhile for us yokai to interact with humans?
Why not? Tell me, how did you feel when you played Akitsu Yugen with the Traveler?
I felt happy, but...
But your rationality told you that it was wrong, didn't it? It turns out that there is still another piece to the story of Kamai and the samurai that you are missing.
What do you mean? The samurai and Kamai never met again.
True, but the story doesn't end there. That samurai's name was Yanagibashi Takuto, who also happens to be the founder of the Soran Ishin art. It is believed that Takuto developed this style of swordsmanship while dueling with Kamai, who had also befriended the third-generation heir of the Soran Ishin art, Tominaga Masanari. 500 years ago, Kamai and Tominaga fought side by side until their final moments. and the sword Tominaga wielded was passed down from Yanagibashi. The regret Kamai once felt had finally been resolved.
Oh, I never knew.
We yokai are not like humans. Humans have too short a lifespan, and the day will inevitably come when we must say goodbye. However, the bond formed by friendship will not be broken, but rather carried on in a new form. There's no reason to be upset by this. Time flies by in an instant, and life passes by like a dream. So, you must be happy in the present. You should understand what I mean now.
Hey, compadres!
Ito, what are you doing here?
He told me everything. And I also heard that you won the last round. I even know who the ghost lady is now. Anyway, I had a little discussion with the others, and, Hey, you're that fox lady. Why are you here?
Please just disregard my presence. Now, tell us what you discussed.
Right. All right, listen up. To celebrate the end of the Test of Courage event, we will be holding the Mikawa Flower Festival. I gave it some real thought and realized that it might be kind of difficult for those little yokai to hold the festival on their own. But with my help, it won't be a problem. That's right. Arataki, the one and only Ito, will be in charge of organizing the best Mikawa Flower Festival anyone's ever seen.
Hooray for Ito!
Oh,
Can we really trust this guy with the festival?
Hey, what you trying to say? Besides, it won't just be me. Other people will help too. Even my bro Ayato is gonna be there. Everyone's busy getting ready, and the festival will be up and running in no time. It won't be long until you can all join the fun.
You're the best, Ito!
and what would a festival be without me? I'll be sure to go have a look too. It has been some time since I've attended a festival. Fortunately, I brought sake with me.
Paimon's gotta admit, Ito does have his moments. A festival, delicious food, count Paimon in!
All right, I'll join. If you don't mind, that is.
Looks like the festival has started! Let's go check it out! Ito and Goro! What are you two talking about?
Oh, I was just saying that if I had more time, I'd have built a massive fishing pond here.
Fishing? You know, when I lived on Watatsumi Island, I used to just dive into the sea and catch fish with my bare hands.
Take it from an expert, using your hands to catch fish is nowhere near as fun as using a fishing rod. Just the other day, I caught a fish so big that I didn't even know how to handle it. I even wrote a letter to Yae Publishing House about it.
That's an unusual problem to have.
Huh? A big fish? How come you didn't tell us? Paimon could have helped you eat it!
Huh? You wrote a letter to Yae Publishing House?
Oh, you bet I did. I wrote to the That's Life column and asked Miss Hina for advice. She's so amazing. She got back to me really quickly, too.
Huh, what a coincidence. I do some part-time work there, and I recently received a similar letter.
You mean the letter was about dealing with a giant fish they caught? No. Could it be? Could it be that there's someone as good at fishing as I am? Oh, not on my watch. Hey, you all go enjoy the festival. I'm gonna get out there and catch an even bigger fish. Just you wait. I'll be inviting you all to my fish feast.
Aw, The string snapped! I was so close! Yoimiya, this is more difficult than it looks. Can you really fish out these water balloons with a string?
Don't worry. Let me show you a little trick. Just remember that your hand has to be quick. Yo-Yo Tsuri! Paimon's seen this game in some light novels before. Do you want to give it a shot? Close one eye, aim carefully, and fish it out quickly. Oh, it looks kinda tricky. Paimon will let the traveler try. You have to catch at least 3 water balloons since there's 3 of us.
But Yoimiya, if I close one eye, I won't be able to see anything.
This ramen is so good.
Yes, it feels like it's been ages since the last time I had some.
You mean you don't get to eat ramen very often, Ayaka? But it's so delicious!
Oh, it's you. We'll need 2 more bowls of ramen, please. Food like ramen and hot pot tend to have a lot of oil and salt, so I don't get to eat them very often. Oh, that's unfortunate.
Yeah, now Paimon totally gets why Ayaka would put cake into hot pot.
Huh? Oh, please, no need to bring that up again.
Phew, I'm stuffed and feeling a little sleepy. I'm just gonna take a nap.
By the way, were there any special stalls at yokai festivals in the past?
Yes, but... well, it's a long story.
Paimon can't believe you couldn't get a single water balloon. You've gotten rusty. Chizuru managed to finally get one and gave it to Hitotsume Kozo.
He looked like he really wanted it.
But Paimon wanted one too.
All right, then I'll catch one for you next time.
Yay!
Come on now, this is way more expensive than usual. Even if it is a festival, you shouldn't hike up the prices this much.
Hey now, it costs money to run a stall. I need to raise my prices to help cover the expenses, you know?
Fair enough. How about 5 masks for 30% off? Final offer.
Alright, alright.
It's so hot. Feels like I'm being roasted here.
Don't get too close. It's better to keep a few steps back.
I know. It's just so rare to see such a nice bonfire. I want to get as close as I can to enjoy it.
There are many beautiful things in the world. There's no need to be anxious. The festival has only just begun.
I was surprised that you didn't even tell your sister. It seems she was quite frightened, too.
It would have been uninteresting had I told her what was going to happen ahead of time. Besides, with her friends by her side, she wouldn't ever be too scared. Having a little fright is good to release any tension she might have accumulated lately.
Everything went according to plan. People started to panic as soon as they sensed that they had no idea what was happening. Ah, how amusing.
Yes, well done.
Hey, you two, stop laughing! It was scary!
Have you finished exploring the festival? Well then, are you having a good time?
Yeah, it's great!
The original Mikawa Flower Festival was much more lively, but even if you could attend the original, you probably wouldn't be as happy as you are now. Because it's always more fun to enjoy a festival with friends, isn't it?
Yes. Thank you.
Well then, I'm guessing you have something you want to say to him alone? We'll leave you in peace.
What did you want to say to us?
Ah, you saw through me again. I can't help but feel you somehow know everything.
It's not that I know everything. It's just that I've been in your position before.
Traveler, do you have a moment? I'd like to talk to you. Alone on the beach. All right, here will do. Thank you for agreeing to come with me. Actually, I was delighted when I first discovered that I could take on a human form. I was a yokai derived from a pair of Hagoita who came into being in the middle of a festival, so naturally I enjoyed the lively festival atmosphere. I wanted to go to more festivals, become friends with humans, and play Akitsu Yugen with them. But every evening, as night began to set in, I'd recall the bitter smile of the old samurai as he set down the Hagoita, and the lonely Kamai sighing as he drank his sake. Then I would wonder, if I became friends with a human, would that person experience the same melancholy in the future? As a result, I was convinced that I couldn't do it. I told myself I would not repeat that same mistake. I'm sorry that I spoke so strangely when we first met. I'm sure it must have scared you. I expected you to flee in terror, but when we met again, you acted like you had no trouble being around me. I knew you mistook me as one of the yokai, but instead of telling you the truth, I went and played Akitsu Yugen with you. I'm not completely sure myself. Perhaps it's because I've always wanted to be like Kamai and play Akitsu Yugen with humans. Or perhaps it was because I knew I didn't have much time left, and I didn't want to be alone. Anyway, thank you for taking the time to play with me. When we played Akitsu Yugen, Paimon said the loser would have to grant the winner a wish. At the time, I wished for us to never cross paths again. However, you still came and found me, meaning you never granted my wish. So, can I make another wish? Let me think. I wish for you to remember me. No. I only have one wish, so I better make it count. Okay. Listen carefully. My wish is, I wish that every day of your journey ahead will be filled with joy, like a festival.
Sorry to interrupt, everyone. We finally have some real dream experts joining us. Esteemed experts, this way, please. Ahem. Now, if anyone has any questions, please feel free to ask them.
They must be dream experts from another land. Great!
Oh, I have a question. Me first! Me first!
No rush. Everyone, please line up and ask in an orderly fashion.
Whoa. Paimon didn't expect them to be so enthusiastic.
My question is simple. My everyday life is very difficult, so I would like to become a slime in my dreams. How can I do that?
Oh, Paimon knows! Paimon's had this kind of dream before, so she knows a thing or two. The first time, Paimon became an animal slime. Paimon was shot by an adventurer's arrow and flew in the sky all night long. The second time, Paimon became a dendro slime. A group of kids thought Paimon was a radish and pulled out all the grass on her head. Oh, it was super painful. The third time, Paimon became a cryo slime. In the end, Paimon was captured by a chef and turned into a smoothie. And the fourth time, Paimon became a powerful geo slime and went to take revenge on the forest boar that used to bully Paimon. But then the boar showed up with all of its relatives and Paimon lost again.
Wait, why did all of your dreams end so tragically?
Because slimes are monsters, even though they look cute, they usually cause trouble and end up getting killed by adventurers. Things don't tend to end well for monsters. Believe Paimon.
I suppose you're right. They are monsters, after all. I just want to experience a different life, but it seems that becoming a monster would be even worse than my current life. Maybe I'd be happier if I became just a regular finch. Or fish.
Looks like being an expert is way easier than Paimon imagined. Next!
Oh, it's my turn. Esteemed expert, I want to know what posture I should sleep in so I can have the same dream as the one I had last night.
Well? Hey, you're supposed to be helping. First, why don't you tell Paimon about the dream you want to have again?
Oh, it's quite ordinary. I sat and chatted with my wife on a sunny day, listening to the breeze blowing through the valley.
Why don't you just find your wife and talk with her? There's no need to wait for a dream.
Well, unfortunately, she passed away.
Oh, sorry. Paimon shouldn't have assumed anything.
No, it's fine. I didn't make that clear. I just want a chance to see her again.
Yeah, it's not really about posture. What you think about right before falling asleep is probably way more important.
Oh, is that all I have to do?
Think about it. If you're the one thinking about her, and you're the one that'll be dreaming about her, then it'll be easier to connect your thoughts and dreams.
You do have a point. I'll give it a try tonight. Thanks for your wise advice.
Oh, my turn, my turn. I want to know the name of the plant in my dream.
I want to bring the souvenir box to my room into my dream.
I dreamt of a raven flying over the wasteland last night. Does that have any kind of special meaning?
Hey, no rush! One at a time! Their questions were way too difficult. We don't actually know anything more than they do. We're just more experienced dreamers, that's all. You do have a point. It's more rewarding to explore and contemplate the meaning of a question than to focus on the answer itself. Right now, these people are like wanderers who've starved for 3 days days and 3 nights and are desperate to replenish their energy. Any explanation they get now is like pure sustenance to them, no matter how good the explanation really is. Oh, and now that Paimon has said that, you know who comes to mind? Bingo! If she was here, she'd probably be making some similar analogy. Unfortunately, she's super busy right now and may not have time for gatherings like this.
Dear experts, we have another guest who would like to consult you.
But you saw how we answered all the questions just now. We're not really all that knowledgeable.
Ah, but this guest is rather special.
My question is, why didn't you immediately tell me about such an interesting place?
Huh? Nahida, how did you get here?
Interesting events like a moment of dreams don't happen every day after all. No matter how busy things are, I'd still set aside some time to check it out. Anyway, I really didn't expect to meet you here.
Oh, right! If there's anyone that understands dreams, it's you! You should be able to help us answer all these questions.
You're not wrong. Alright, they can ask me anything. The more interesting, the better. Huh? What's wrong? You were all so excited a minute ago. Why the sudden hesitation? Even so, it's not like I look super intimidating or anything, right? And in terms of reputation and renown, you've also done many great things in Sumeru, yet they didn't even flinch at you. Alas, the interesting questions have all vanished in an instant. It appears I'm the one spoiling the fun here. I'll see myself out.
Oh, that's not true, Nahida.
I don't want to get in the way of the original purpose of a moment of dreams, which is to let people gather here and freely share their marvelous dreams. Now the atmosphere here is like water poured into a container. The water is more secure and settled, but it has lost its free-flowing nature from the river. I just want it to be another drop in the water, not the cold and restrictive container.
She's sulking. Hey! It's alright, everyone! No need to be shy. The Dendro Archon is really nice, so please just go ahead and ask. Otherwise, she'll leave.
All right. I'll give it a try.
Oh, it's the slime guy.
Hey, drop the nicknames, would you? Besides, I don't want to become a slime anymore. Maybe a finch or fish is more suitable for me.
I see. So you want to become a small animal in your dreams, right? Why do you think that sounds good to you?
I guess I just want to experience something different. My everyday life is nothing but the same. The sky is right above me and the ocean just over the horizon, yet I remain caged in a life of monotony.
So you want to experience something new in your dreams? Sorry. I'm getting a little confused. Why don't you seek out some new experiences in real life?
Because if I don't work, I won't have any mora. Sure, I don't want to be out hammering nails and cutting wood every day, but I have aging parents and young children to take care of. By the time this all dawned on me, I realized that my life has already been filled to the brim by trifling matters, and I have no more freedom.
But if that's the case, then even if you became a flying bird or swimming fish, you will still be hammering nails and cutting wood in your dreams. The reason is you've already been caged. It doesn't matter what your physical body turns into. Your mind will still be stuck in the same predicament.
Really? That sounds pretty terrible. Then what should I do?
I don't know everything that you're going through, but how about replacing your hammer?
Huh? replacing my hammer?
That's right. Having worked for such a long time, you of all people must know what makes a good hammer.
Well, of course. A good hammer needs to be heavy enough to drive the nail in with just a couple taps, and the handle has to have a good grip to it, not too smooth. Come to think of it, I haven't replaced my current hammer in quite some time.
You should replace it. Then decorate the handle with something you like. Maybe some ornaments, fur, or hard leather wrapping. Then write the names of your children on it.
That makes sense. I think it'd give me a good boost of energy at work.
A new sense of adventure often begins with the little things in life. You don't need to become a bird in the air or a fish in the sea. You only need to do your best in life, and all those things you cherish will become your source of happiness.
Yes, I get it now. This is a real eye-opener for me. I'll go and pick out a new hammer right away. No, I should make one of my own. Thank you, Great Dendro Archon.
That's Arnahita! Only you would know how to get right to the heart of the problem.
Actually, I didn't really understand the problem. Huh? I gave him that advice because I once saw a worker doing the same thing. Whenever he became tired, he would look at some names on the handle of his tool. After a moment, he'd start to smile. It really surprised me at the time. My guess is that the names on the handle were of important people to him. After observation, I know this kind of behavior motivates people, but why is that? Is it because of excitement, anticipation, or helplessness? I really don't know. And even if I could know what's going through his mind, it's still difficult to fully grasp his feelings.
Oh, Paimon gets what you mean. Huh. Paimon had no idea it takes you so much effort to understand these kinds of things.
That's why I was a bit nervous just now. But luckily, seeing his happy face in the end reassured me that I didn't say anything wrong. Don't mind me, though. This is just my way of learning.
Hey, don't forget about Paimon! Everyone knows that Paimon's also super skilled at reading people's feelings.
Thanks, you two. That makes me feel a lot better. Let's move on to the next question, shall we?
I already asked the experts my question earlier, but I wanted to hear the Dendro Archon's response too. What should I do if I want to see my deceased wife in my dreams every night?
Longing for the deceased. Even if you keep reliving those beautiful memories, it'll only highlight the emptiness in your real life. If your wife were still alive, she certainly wouldn't want to see you like this, would she?
No, I suppose not. But our time together in my dreams is not just reliving our past together. I don't know. Maybe it's because I miss her too much. But it's really as if she had come back to life in my dreams. She even remembers each and every dream. After I wake up and then continue dreaming again later, we can pick up our conversation right where we last left off.
That's really amazing. Statistically speaking, continuous dreams are extremely rare.
It's almost as if my wife has obtained a second life in my dreams. But the more vivid she appears, the emptier I feel and the more painful it is when I wake up. I don't know whether to call it a blessing or a curse.
Maybe all of this is rooted in your deep longing for her. Were there any unresolved matters or regrets between the two of you?
I don't know. I suppose my biggest regret is that I couldn't spend the rest of my life with her. I really felt like I was ready to move on. I wouldn't be so hesitant now if it weren't for these hyper-realistic dreams I've been having.
Huh. You know, they say that whatever's on your mind is what goes into your dreams.
But dreams are and will forever be just dreams. We are people living in the real world. It's not good to be overly obsessed with dreams. All it'll do is fill up your mind and eat away at your thoughts.
Yes, I know. That's why I'm also a little disappointed in myself. I still need to take care of our child. And it's probably not good to let her see me in such a state. Anyway, thanks for your advice, Great Dendro Archon.
I'm a little worried about him. I hope he can find a way to cheer up soon. I think I can handle things from here. You don't need to stay here if you find it boring. You're here to have a good time after all.
Why isn't it working? I don't get it.
Are you feeling any better now?
Yes. I think the Dendro Archon made a really good point. I need to stop dwelling on my wife like this and move on with my life. Now that I think about it, my wife and I always meet at a familiar place in my dreams. I know where that place exists in reality, but it's a bit far and dangerous. I don't dare to go there on my own. But at the same time, I feel as if I should go and have a look anyway. Perhaps I'll be able to move on once I see that there's nothing there. Otherwise, I'll keep on feeling like everything is covered in a haze. Like I'm only half awake. Once I can stop dreaming about that place, I'll probably be able to get my life back together. Actually, you two are adventurers, right? If it's okay with you, could you escort me to that place?
Yeah, it might also be a good chance for us to unwind. Even if you can't see your wife there, taking in some nice scenery will definitely help cheer you up.
Yeah, I hope so too.
Alright, go ahead and get yourself ready then.
What's up, RK? Yeah, I'm just kind of pushing in through the stories. Genshin, but yeah, I'm about to take a break in like 5 minutes or so.
Aren't you supposed to be answering questions?
I just finished, and I really got a lot out of it. So many interesting and novel thoughts. Anyway, it looks like you're going somewhere. Why don't you take me with you?
Oh, there's no need to trouble you, Great Dendro Archon. I imagine you must have many other important things to deal with.
No need to stand on ceremony. Besides, I wouldn't have asked to come along if I didn't have a good reason. I wanted to use this opportunity to discuss with you some things that are puzzling me right now.
Huh. I didn't know the Great Dendro Archon could become puzzled too.
I'm not all that different from you, you know. Alright, let's go. We can talk on the way.
It's always nice to go for a leisurely stroll.
Huh. Do adventurers often go to places like this? Huh. I guess so.
So, this is where you always meet your wife in your dreams?
Yes, for the most part. Our place is on the summit, just up ahead. When I saw her in my dreams, we didn't do anything but talk about ordinary, mundane topics. I'd tell her about our daughter, Haidar, and she always listened intently. She would also reminisce about the past with me, telling me interesting stories and cracking jokes. It feels like no matter how long we may chat, it's never enough.
Sometimes it's the little things in life that matter the most.
This is the part I'm a little puzzled about. I am very familiar with dreams, and normally they lack logic and continuity. But you said she could remember what you had told her before, right?
That's right. She always listened to me carefully in real life, and now she's doing the same in my dreams. She always surprises me with some details from our lives in the real world. The fact that she can remember such things makes me feel like she's alive.
Whoa, that's pretty weird. Well, dreams are kind of weird to begin with.
However, the problem is that his dreams have too much structure and continuity. Most dreams are far more fragile than you can imagine. For example, a loud noise outside your window in the real world could cause your dream self to get loaded into and fired out of a big cannon. Another example. If you're thirsty in the real world, then you might find yourself trudging through a desert in your dream. But the appearance of your wife seems unusually stable and unaffected by any outside interference. Statistically, this should be extremely rare.
I don't understand it either. But I have no reason to suspect or reject these dreams. They're too beautiful.
But I still want to figure out the how and the why. These kind of dreams are novel to me as well. That's why I want to have a look at the scene your dreams have been taking place at. Let's go. Just think of it as a nice little hike to the top of the mountain.
He wasn't kidding. This place definitely isn't safe.
No matter. We'll just finish them quickly.
Huh? Are you going to fight too, Nahida?
Of course. This is all part of our little trip.
Order guide you.
Coming to beat. Everyone on me! Attaboy!
like a great spot for eating snacks and taking a nap. Paimon wouldn't mind spending some time here every day either.
I've yet to see anything strange about this place. I do not plan to deny the power of longing. Such an intense but unquantifiable emotion could indeed have the power to organize dreams.
His wife must be a really amazing person. Huh? Wait, where'd he go?
Oh, so you are waiting for me here? Well, guess what? I've brought someone amazing with me today. When the Dendro Archon said she wanted to come with me, I could hardly believe it. I'll bring Haidar once I'm more familiar with the way here. She's been telling me that she really misses you.
Huh? What's wrong with him? There's nobody there.
Wait, Minar. Don't go that way. It's dangerous.
Uh-oh, he's gonna fall! Catch him!
Luckily he didn't fall. But what was all that rambling about? He also looks like he's passed out.
He's in a dream now. What he said just now matches almost perfectly with the dreams he's described to us earlier.
Oh, so he fell asleep and started to have the same dream?
I find it a little strange as well, but we mustn't awaken someone while they're sleepwalking. All we can do is sit here and wait.
Huh? Minar. Where's Minar?
Oh, good! You're finally awake!
What happened? Huh? Sleepwalking? Oh, right. It was all just a dream. The moment I reached the summit, I saw my wife, Minar, sitting there, and walked over to her. After I introduced her to you, she seemed a little flustered and started walking away. I told her to stop because of the cliff, and then she seemed to suddenly disappear. A strong wind started to blow around me and the sky grew dark. When I realized something wasn't right, I woke up.
That sounds pretty wild. Maybe you were just too tired.
I don't think so. I slept a lot yesterday, and I don't feel very sleepy now.
Maybe we've affected the way his subconscious constructs dreams by following him here. Anyway, all that matters is that you woke up safe and sound.
I think I know what happened now. I'm sorry. If it weren't for you, I would have fallen.
Let's head back now. Don't come back to this place again for the time being.
Oh, okay.
Nahida, what's on your mind? Paimon's a little worried now.
We still don't have enough evidence to work off of, so it's hard to draw any reliable conclusions yet. But I'm concerned that Ilmon's case may not be unique to him.
Oh, right! Come to think of it, there were lots of people from the event who had vivid memories of their dreams.
Right. And not only at a moment of dreams, there may be people like this all across Sumeru. We need to understand what's happening and the rate of its development as soon as possible.
Then there's no time to lose. Let's head back. Stop standing there, Ilmon. Let's go.